welcome. We're live from Xi'an, China for the World Cyber Games 2019.
No, oh, nice. They're on the cliff! Onto the cliff! In the meanwhile, we've got Drace hiding in the back. He's going to be able to pick up the double kill.
It's in trouble, he comes to Storm, what no call was used defensively, tries to save the goal!
Oh no, they're not going to be able to do it!
Look at that! He's going to end the game on a core, and we see on the core, and that's going to be game!
30 minutes slugfest.
They've got time.
They have time to, you know, take a break, get a breather. Either way, though, we're going to go ahead, jump into pick and ban for our final game of our second semifinal. Winner here moves on to our grand finals tomorrow with a shot at $80,000. The loser here will have a shot at 20 later today.
Well, Opal, we were beyond the game, but now we are right into it here as the bans start coming out. The bird person removed once more by VSTAR as they rotate back to the red side.
Oh, Bali also going to be banned out again.
That's been perma.
Yeah, I don't think KSSC really enjoys playing against the sniper, it seems, here.
But
and the Yukio.
VSTAR already proved they do not need the marksman, and the Yukio ban by KSSC is a surprise. They must have been worried about a first pick.
Do they go for Tiger here now?
I think they might.
Or do they go with the Lubu? I wasn't excited when I saw Wuji's Lubu though in that first game. Like,
Look, Old Master can match it. That's just fine. They grab the Tai away.
Wow.
I like this draft from VSTAR already.
Well, it looks pretty similar to what we saw in Game 1. Minus now the Old Master going in their favor. So,
yeah. Well, but it's VSTAR that have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing right now. We'll see what KSSC do here on the reaction. Lubu has been a first pickup, I think, on blue side pretty consistently. It's been that AD build. We'll see if Wuji can improve on what he did before. There's still a lot of time before we get these second and third picks in, though.
Do they go with the Sunsea here on the side of Xiaoyi, possibly being hovered at this point? Or do they go with that Poison Mage? They said, hey, it worked out last time for you guys. We'll happily run it ourselves.
Yeah, why not?
Going to get locked in.
Okay, so Wuji gets his hands on that. We'll see if they decide to stick with the marksman normal strategy or try to employ a little bit of what VSTAR is doing. They do have the Lubu. They have all the ingredients to make it work. But what is the answer here for VSTAR? What is their last pickup before ban stage 2?
Well, realizing this, too, they now see this being shown. VSTAR have to wonder, well, do we actually try and ban out some marksmen, or do we ban out some things that could go wrong? I'm not impressed with the Pengu.
I don't know. Oh, they take it.
Gets locked in. All right,
oh, dear.
VSTAR, you got to prove us wrong here. Game 1, it didn't look that pretty, but they'll have an opportunity to try it again here in Game 3.
It's clearly a strategy in mind. We'll see if it's going to succeed here for VSTAR as they get their chance to ban again. And we'll see your question answered. Do they stick to the marksman?
20 seconds now.
I mean, they need marksman themselves.
Well,
maybe not.
Maybe they just run no marksman on both sides and we just have an all-out brawl.
I mean, what do they do instead of the Lubu, since they can't get their hands on the Lubu, though?
Yeah, that's a little bit scary. They're going to get rid of some initiation.
Yeah, Dunshan's off the board.
We'll see whether or not KSSC decide to do the same. The Lady Sun, so that's some AoE and a late game carry being banned out the table here by KSSC. So we're seeing a little bit. I think they're going to try and bait out the Gongsong Lee pick.
They've forced support bans.
They've forced support bans, but now it's pretty much, hey, you know, on the side of KSSC, do you guys want to try and pick up the Gongsong Lee? Like, toward VSTAR.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying, hey, do you want to try it?
They know how to play around it, although this composition a little bit different. I need to see what the last two pickups are here, but KSSC still has one more ban.
Final ban here for KSSC going to be shown here in just a couple of seconds.
Marco. I mean, we probably could have guessed it because Marco Polo has been permanent, but let's see. Does the Gongsong Lee come out?
I don't know. Here's my issue right now with the Tai. All the games we've seen the ultimate be used. Solo or on a member that is just going to get killed. I believe that's the D-Renji.
Yeah, it's D-Renji. So that's the marksman choice. They don't go no marksman this time around. And they do allow the Gongsong Lee to go through if it does get picked up by KSSC, but they're not going to do it. A couple of hovers. Oh, maybe. Oh, my goodness.
They have.
Toro's available. I completely forgot about this.
That or what's their jungle going to be then? Are they going for the Sunsea?
I think it's the Sunsea jungle,
it might
to be honest.
Yeah, it could be the Sunsea jungle.
Yeah, so KSSC still have a number of strong supports to pick up. It could be Toro. It could be the Totem. But I think it will be the Gongsong Lee. They're just taking time to decide which of the supports they'd rather pair
whatever.
with.
Oh, no, because they already locked in the Tai on the side of VSTAR.
Yeah.
VSTAR's composition I really don't like now, especially when you have the Nurimo or the Totem being locked in here.
This is it. Okay.
You need something with an insane amount of AoE damage on the side of VSTAR. You need something for a team.
Mage?
No, they're going to go with, I believe that is still another one of the mages here with some AoE.
Yeah, I was thinking they should have gone the Frost Mage, but they decided not to at the end of the day. So, interesting. Opal, VSTAR, I mean, we questioned their draft last time, and they proved us wrong.
Yeah.
It's always possible. I mean, this could be another one of those prepared strategies, but it did seem like they kind of left that mage pick up to the last one. We're like, eh.
Like, if you look at the tier lists,
I mean, Moon Goddess was up too.
And you take like just a wide look at these compositions. You look over at KSSC, and you're like, that's a pretty strong composition.
Yeah, like you got the check boxes. Like that's the key here for KSSC.
Yeah, that's Zenji that was locked in there last. By
okay, yeah. But here's the thing, man. That last game really proved that in a straight up like 5v5, VSTAR are more than capable of beating
I don't know if they have
rotating.
I don't know if they have the tools for a 5v5 though now.
That's the thing. It's like it feels like they played away from their strength.
I feel like you gave up, like you didn't go with Totem because you went with the TE, which I don't like it because teams have been using it and like it's good engage, but it's the only engage I see on that team.
MSSS did show like really strong play if he on the Totem guy. If he actually moves it over and into the Tai, we might see a better Tai than we've seen all tournament long.
Let's see here. It is going to be our final game of our second semifinal. Winner here moves on to tomorrow's grand final. Loser here goes play for 20,000 USD in our next match afterwards. We'll see here, starting things off here, KSSC looking for a quick push-up and looking for a very early invade.
Yeah, they are. Blue buff is always the main dish, the appetizer to kick things off here for both these teams. Wuji, this is a full commit. They're going to go for the fight, Opal.
That's going to be a knock-up onto VV. Do the side of VSTAR actually look for a retaliation? JX is nearby. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything else here as Wuji's just going to go ahead and back off.
All right, so the blue buff will be secured, and this favors VSTAR right now. The fact that they were able to deny it, that mirrors what happened in game number 1 where they fended off that early push. Meanwhile, taking a look at the other side of the map, the DRNG is in the top side. And he's going to have to contend with the Lubu of Wu Wei, but that should favor the marksman here, and this is a good start for VSTAR.
VSTAR, though, that does force the old master to have to go into this matchup against the Gongsong Lee. So Xiao should be able to get a decent amount of chip damage over time. Hopefully not too much here, so VSTAR don't have to worry about giving up that lane. Same thing up, though, toward the top side. You've just decided to put your marksman into a winning matchup to try and force them to have to, you know, counter it with something. I want to see some pressure, but again, the Pengu,
yeah, I don't like it either.
We'll
I don't like it either.
We'll see.
He is going into mid lane, and we'll find Wu Ji out, so there's a little bit of damage there to kick things off, but they don't have follow-up yet.
You know, if Wu Ji just walks into him now, I like the pick, but...
yeah.
We'll see.
I'm going to try to tie Wu Wei for the positional errors this game.
Possibly here. We have 4 members of VSTAR in this mid lane, looking for possibly that early fight. They want to go for it here. Tyrant has VSTAR, so they want to try and be the ones to make the play first. We'll see whether or not, though, if KSSC can actually retaliate.
Yeah, they've used this as a bait before to try and turn a fight, and immediately, as soon as they see the rest of the team, they back off. They try to reposition.
No level 4, though, available onto your main engage. There's still not a lot of ultimates available for a full fight. You're really waiting on Zhao to hit level 4 for that huge AoE knockup, and he only just hit level 3. We'll see, though, if VSTAR decide to go in for that fight. That's going to be a knockup immediately over on the side. Wu Ji, MSS going extremely low, but in retaliation, MF's able to get the energy shred across the board. MSSS go down extremely low, and he will tick out to the poison.
And he didn't have his ultimate up available to save his own skin either. That's still going to prompt VSTAR to try and salvage the situation. Onto the Tyrant they go. It's very low here, and they actually are able to kite the rest of the team. They found Wu Wei as he jumps back. I think they're happy with that trade.
A 1 for a Tyrant. They're going to be pretty happy, mainly because KSSC didn't force another fight afterwards. Still, though, a slight gold advantage over toward your blue side. But to start things off here, a bit messy from both squads.
Yes, definitely feeling some stage nerves, I think, on both sides here. And as you mentioned at the start of the game, the stakes cannot be higher in this tournament. The winner of this game goes to the grand finals, has a chance at that 80,000. And in the case of fated rematch of the qualifiers that put them in that second place position against D-Team. But VSTAR, they're proving that they can tangle with the toughest of teams.
Wu Ji just riding down through the river on the dog. Again, lots of maneuverability available for Wuji there.
Yes.
Has a lot of ability to actually push a side lane and then join in on the fight afterwards.
Very mobile team, actually, now that we mention it. Like, just about everybody on that side has a way to get moving fast.
Yeah, you got 3 members that either have a dash, a jump, or just a lot of speed in the kit.
Or in the case of Xi'an, an Umbrella Blink.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, because, you know, that is logic, right? Like, obviously, you throw an Umbrella, you should be able to teleport to it.
We'll see here, KSSC possibly looking for the dive. They're going to juggle turret aggro back as they look to just take it down. There's going to be the AoE knockup coming out from Zhao. At what cost, though?
Wuji gets away.
KSSC, they're able to go back into the fray, and it's only just going to be the 1 tower.
1 tower for 1 kill, and it could have been a lot worse. Wuji manages to get away on like 10 HP, and now Wu Wei's in a 1v2 situation. Puts his cage down, and I don't think he can stop this push.
He's trying to just clear the wave, but the cooldowns just aren't there. MF jumps forward, but they're not able to do much else. So second tower of the game going to go in favor of VSTAR, and that actually opens up the top side of the map very well for the Overlord spawn coming up now in just under 4 minutes.
Yeah, this just keeps getting traded back and forth. Slight gold lead in the favor of VSTAR, but KSSC have been flexing their muscles here. Let's see what they can get done. Stacking 5 in the mid lane, hoping for a fight, hoping for VSTAR to wander into them, but those big mistakes that we saw in game number 1, that's eluded KSSC.
For KSSC, their fights are honestly just going to come down to how Zhao H can actually find the ultimates. We've seen him do a lot of really nice flicker ultimates throughout the course of the tournament. This time, though, it is mainly key for him to get a knock-up onto at least 1 or 2 of the carries of VSTAR. Otherwise, this is going to look rather disgusting on the side of VSTAR as, again, both teams not looking to push too far into the jungle. It's mainly KSSC just playing passively, defending their camps, defending the gold that is available on the map for VSTAR to take.
Yeah, they know how to defend when they need to. Perhaps an unfamiliar position for them in this tournament, but have to surrender to the pace of VSTAR, who flex their way into the bot, and this is going to be that tower, but it looks like we might have a trade up top. Not as big in numbers.
Tyrant, though, just spawned, so this would go in favor of VSTAR unless they are just going to go for a full rotation.
Yeah, they don't want it. They want to collapse.
I think Wu Wei should be able to take down that tower, so they're going to get the push here in mid lane. I think I would like to see them back off, possibly over toward the Tyrant.
Yeah, I think
honestly,
that would have been a better play.
They're looking for a pick.
Really trying to find the fight. And again, we know this about VSTAR. They don't care about the objectives as much as they care about securing those kills. And because of that, they kind of lose sight of the fact that that Tyrant was essentially free, and it is no longer.
Tyrant was started up, but it has de-aggroed as it was creeping its way over to KSSC, mainly just poking it over the pit, trying to stir up some trouble.
He doesn't go too far out of his home. You know, he's a big dragon. He's a big dragon dude. They don't like to venture out far from home. They get really angry if people try to poke him in the eye. But apart from that, he's just chilling in the river.
You know, he wants to defend his gold.
Now he's upset.
He's like, why are you guys hitting me? I'm just trying to mind my own business. Wuji over toward the side, gets a double knockup, but not able to fully commit here. But look at this. Vivi wants to jump in.
There's
a 4-man knockup though into the backside of VSTAR. And you can see those health bars ticking as the Tai's going to get taken down in the end. There was a resurrection in response here at KSSC. They're only able to find the 1.
But Xi'an manages to give MSSS a run for his money. What a great knockup, and the follow-up was there. The res did mean that the damage was minimal, but that was a very clearly won fight. The only issue, they give up another Tyrant for it.
Yeah, and that's just going to seep gold back toward VSTAR's favor. It's only 1,000 gold ahead. Sure, they have the kill count. Sure, but guess what? They still have the extra turret on the side of VSTAR. They have the just inherent map control as they have defended their mid lane tower and prevented really KSSC from starting to set up around this Overlord. Now they finally push in with 15 seconds on the clock. We see Wuji all the way down toward the bot lane, but he does have the mobility to get himself into the fight, and he's especially looking for that flank over toward the side to get on the carries as he just finishes the cleaver.
Okay, Overlord will spawn. Positioning is there for KSSC, but they want to bait a face check here. MSSS is the one closest to it, and Xi'an actually reveals himself.
Again, has the Umbrella, though, to get back for the blink. Old Master has pushed in the bot lane, is now rotated up toward the top side of the river. That's going to be the ultimate looking to lock down the Lubu. He's pretty tanky. Should have the ultimate available at some point. Double knockup comes out. They try and respond, but he gets instantly obliterated. WCG joins in over toward the side, but it's already a 4v5, and VSTAR now with the numbers advantage up toward this Overlord can start it up.
Sometimes too much mobility can be a bad thing because you think you can stray far away from those fights, and you could see WCG just a few seconds too late to make a difference, and this is going to mean the startup of the Overlord. And at KSSC, they just can't do much about it. They can try to keep pressure on other lanes, but the two-member Overlord gets secured, and VSTAR start to get onto that roll we saw last game.
All right, so we're going to see the Vanguard come into play for VSTAR. Storm is coming here on the side of KSSC. Can they hold out and take shelter, or will VSTAR look to put down their foot and finish off this game? All it takes is one play. Wu actually jumps into the middle using the ultimate. Xiao over toward the side. The shred is there. MSSS should go down in the end. Actually, the ultimate doesn't even get procced. I think he used it just too early. And KSSC, they get one member off the board.
That's crucial here. They needed to buy some time for themselves while the Vanguard was still up. They now have time to dedicate to clearing away these mini Drakes. And we're getting close to that 10-minute mark. KSSC starting to come back. We're seeing the pressure there. They might be able to secure themselves a Tyrant as it does come up in about 15 seconds.
Yeah, and we've seen this before. How impactful momentum can be in honor of Kings. If you're able to stop VSTAR in their tracks, prevent them from exerting any more, even getting a second-tier tower, honestly getting nothing off this Overlord, it's going to really hurt that mentality and really gets in their head, man, we had a pushing threat and we weren't able to get anything.
And that was, I think, the first time we've seen VSTAR get overconfident since game number 1. Starting to go back to some of those mistakes, and it did punish them in the form of losing MSSS and some time and pressure with the Tyrant up. Good positioning by both teams actually try and contest for this to be a 4v4 at the moment.
It's Dark Tyrant, especially for VSTAR. This would be massive. This would be their 4th one of the game. Get the additional buff in hand, especially
That's why
for the
KSSC
fight.
can't afford to let it go.
They can't do really anything here. Let's see. Tyrant just being aggroed. VSTAR just playing with it, just saying, bring it out. Let's see,
They're going to try to let the Lubu come around the side, but this is sniffed out here.
Lubu ultimate is available. You also have the ultimate from Xiao H if they want to. WCG's making his way on down. Timer is ticking here for VSTAR on whether or not they fully commit to this fight. Here comes WCG over to the side. Doesn't land, but that does reset the Tyrant as it goes back to the pit. But without that ultimate available, I feel like WCG has to back off. KSSC still taking their time. Umbrella circling. There it is. There's the ultimate. Into the back line. It's a 50-50. It goes in favor of KSSC. Wu Wei gets back to safety. VSTAR lose at least one member, but in retaliation, it's going to be the Taiyi ultimate getting the resurrection and a triple kill in favor of the side of VSTAR.
And it looks like they're not done just yet. WCG, he turns it back around to the old master. I was about to say,
JX.
When the Tyrant lose the fight, it doesn't matter though, they're onto the mid lane.
On the mid lane, they have a cannon minion available. WCG, though, comes back over toward the side. He is going to be there to clear out the wave. So Dark Tyrant did go in favor of KSSC. WCG, though, he's too far forward. He's just risking his life trying to clear out the minions to prevent the tower from going down.
You had to deny the Dark Tyrant no matter the cost. It was still a pretty high price they paid. They end up losing a tower. They could have lost a lot more, though. And honestly, the turnaround there, WCG managing to come up with some serious plays at the end of it all, but I need to see that execution look a little bit better. The missed ultimate coming out of WCG, that costs a lot of momentum for KSSC to try and contest this fight early on.
We see Xiao just trying to scout here into the bot side.
Oh, they've caught the Pengu.
They want to try and get this MF. He's going to get knocked up there, and there it is. That's going to be a quick knockdown. KSSC, they get one member off the map for VSTAR for the next 30 seconds.
Again, the slight positional errors that VSTAR have been making, thinking they're safe when they're not.
On top of that, too, the timing. Look at this death timer. It's 24 seconds. Overlord's about the same space, and on top of that, oh no! For the side, Xiao H, he gets caught out in the jungle, and they won't have that for the Overlord fight.
So it is, like you said, it was a messy start. It's a messy mid and late game as well. Both of the teams making mistakes, individual players, and the Overlord coming up in 10 seconds. Neither team is in position just yet, but MF is coming up a lot sooner to contest this.
And that will be the jungle backup, but both sides will have jungle for this.
But you don't have that big cow initiation. I think VSTAR can't afford to try and start this up.
We'll see. KSS might get lucky here. VSTAR are looking to bait this out. That gives time for Xiao H to respawn. He should be able to make it, so it looks like VSTAR are opting not to go for the fight around the Overlord.
It's a long rotation. They back away from it. And you can wipe some sweat off your brow if you're KSSC because they just dodged the bullet.
Wu Wei's forced to use the ultimate to get back to safety. Lots of respect being shown here by the Lubu. Wuji continues to push down here. Overlord is going to be started here by VSTAR.
They don't know.
KSSC, they have to assume something's going on here. They're not finding anything.
Oh, dear.
They have no vision.
Oh, dear. You
KSSC,
dodged a bullet,
where are
and they jumped right back in front of it. The Overlord goes over for free.
And that's a free Overlord for VSTAR, so it's going to start up once again, and Wuji.
Oh, no.
The clouds are closing, buddy. It's looking dark and grim here on the side of KSSC.
I take it back. That wasn't a free Overlord. That was an Overlord that KSSC paid them for.
Pretty much.
That was a huge mistake. VSTAR, man, if they pull this upset off in this best of 3, look for a date with Destiny over there against D-Team tomorrow.
Again,
and if you're KSSC, you got to be kicking yourself.
KSSC, they wanted this rematch. They were the favored ones heading into this semifinal. And VSTAR have been able to tie it up, force now this game 3, and they're in the driver's seat with 5,000 gold in their pockets. Can they finish it off? Can they make that play? Can they secure victory? Wu Wei is able to get the knock-up, but those ultimates are used in vain because Wu Wei is just going to get taken down instantly. The Tai going to come back in the resurrection, and Zhao Yi too low. Kuei into the backline, goes unstoppable at this point, and VSTAR continue the push.
One by one, KSSC into the meat grinder again, and they've got Overlord. Vanguard pushing on just about every lane. KSSC, the coordination, it's not there. They needed to get to Wu Wei faster. Instead, they let him pay the price for their mispositioning.
In the end, though, it's still a 2-for-2 with the additional tower in favor of VSTAR. And you saw instantly when KSSC used their 2 main initiators to at least try and clear out the wave or try and get a pick, instant call by VSTAR to go. But this is desperation if I've ever seen it. KSSC, they're saying, all right, if we can't take a fight, we'll take the Tyrant, but guess what? They're closing in. Xi'an fight is going to break out here. They try and jump right on top of the old master. Aren't able to find it.
Still
Tyrant
aggroed.
still going to jump up. It'll be a 50-50 on who's able to secure it. Wu Wei over toward the side on the Lubu. Has it. 3,000 health onto the Tyrant. 50-50. It's just a chaotic mess. In the end, though, it goes to KSSC. But at what cost here on the side? VSTAR keeping it steady, but there it is. That's going to be another one. MF has to back off here as KSSC. They're able to find it, but look at mid lane.
I will tell you the cost right there. The fight, it was free, but they are going to lose a lot of pressure on the towers. VSTAR have been stymied. They are still going to be able to push these lanes down, get this pressure going, but for the time being, KSSC get a crucial victory, albeit a slim one.
And it's going to be the tower in response for VSTAR as the Dragon was able to make its way over in that top lane. They stalled it out long enough for VSTAR to at least pick up a turret in response. But you can see KSSC, they're fighting as hard as they can to make this turnaround happen.
They've got to make the finals. This is the chip on their shoulder. They need that rematch to prove that they can be the superior team representing China on the big stage here at WCG Xi'an. KSSC, they want to come back into this one, but they are not getting an easy time of it. They're diving into the turret.
They're threatening a tower. The Vanguard is gone here. Zhao Yi, level 15, likely now has 3 to 4 items completed. That Gong Sung Lee, we talk about the late game. Now we need to see it with the Overlord spawning in 40.
Overlord's going to be the big win condition at this point. Whoever takes it, and they also take the fight, that's pretty much GG, but we've seen these go back and forth so close. So many fights with just 1 kill or 2 kills traded on either side. This is a mark of 2 great teams going up against one another.
Both teams drawing a line of scrimmage, as you can see, across the board through the center section of the map.
Every ult's up, too. Nobody wants to spend that before the fight happens.
And that's your question. What's going to be that play? What's going to secure your victory? It's Old Master using it. Is it worthwhile, though? Zhao toward the side has the ability. Here comes the knock-up. On to 3 members. Wuji in the back line.
KSSC!
And there's possibly your $40,000 play. But in response, VSTAR, they answer back. They say, we're not going down, as they take down 2 of KSSC, make it 3. And now with minions in mid, they can look to end.
What a way to survive it through. MSSS gets a little cocky as he goes into the front line, but they win that fight in style. Look at Xi'an, they managed to take it down, and they don't need the Overlord. They're going for the gold. It's all the core, Opal.
And VSTAR are going to be making their way into the grand final against D-Team as they pull up the upset in our second semifinal as KSSC they have to now drop to our third-place match coming up.
Holy moly, Opal pulling off the reverse sweep. VSTAR really flexing their muscles, and that's why you take the marksman. QY gets himself an MVP with a 6-1-6 scoreline.
Yeah, and we talked about, that Guangsung Lee being such an impact carry when they have the items.
The series.
When you have the items, they have the items, but then they miss position, and it's only one mistake that will cost you.
You're absolutely right. This was an absolute banger of a series. That third-place match is going to be fantastic. It obviously comes up next, but KSSC, they will not be happy. They'll be stinging about that one, that they have to go up against AGY for $20,000 compared to the big money in the finals tomorrow.
And it's got to get in your head, too. You were considered the favorite heading into this matchup. You were able to come in second on the Shanghai qualifier a month ago. And now you come into this and you say, oh, God, we're only playing for third. It's either we get only 20 or we just go home empty-handed.
Yeah, it definitely is not great for KSSC because they came in so strong. They won that first game off of a big mistake by VSTAR. I really think if VSTAR hadn't made that one throw at the Overlord, this series would have probably looked a bit different. It probably would have been stronger. The fundamentals were there for VSTAR, and they leveled up over time.
Yeah, for KSSC, though, that's a little bit of opportunity because for AGY during their semifinal, when we talked over to, Jump and Sui, they said, AGY, they looked okay in mid to late game, but their early game is where they suffered. That is where the opportunity lies. And KSSC, if they were able to do the same
We've
here.
We've seen strong early games from KSSC. Some of them have been a little silly with the INTZ bot lane flexing, but,
I don't know if you count that an early game.
Yeah, I mean, that entire game was early game because it was 3.5 minutes. But, yeah, I think they won't be in the mood to try something like that. They'll probably go back to standard, and I think for KSSC, obviously this loss feels bad because you are the team that was favored to win it coming into this, and you were kind of expected to fulfill your destiny to get back into that finals matchup against D-Team. But you have to kind of shake your head of this one because at this point, you've still got one very important match coming up next against a rested AGY, who are going to be very hungry for that $20,000. Yeah,
because especially, too, they were very similar. AGY, they were just one game away from making that finals. Both our semifinals have gone the distance, Pyra. And now you got to get into your head. You just played a very long series. Luckily, you had a little bit of a break, though, between your semifinal and this third-place match. You also got to see how KSSC are playing exactly right now before your game. And you can see possibly, what you want to try and ban away here. Because I think, honestly, for VSTAR, at least the Pengu worked in the jungle finally.
Yeah, this time. Game 1, we didn't see it. Game 3, it did start to finally pay some dividends, and I think it was all right. I think they probably could have substituted something else and it wouldn't have made a huge difference. But if it's preference, it's preference. Sometimes you got to play comfort even at the pro level.
Yeah. So I know we'll be heading to a short break quite shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And then when we come back, of course, we'll be having our third-place match. So we'll see how that one's going to unfold, of course. Again, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we will. I mean, I'm excited to see how it comes down because KSSC now we kind of look at it as like, all right, this is the redemption arc for them. They've been on the hero's journey. They sort of got pummeled into the ground by D-Team at the very end of that last qualifier in Shanghai. They come into this tournament thinking, okay, we're going to go and take them. We're going to be the rival. They get beat along the way, but this is how they can end on a high note by taking home that $20,000, getting the third place and proving, hey, at the very least, we can dominate over the likes of AGY.
Yeah, especially, too. And like we mentioned, $20,000, that's a pretty good amount for a mobile game. I'm just saying,
it's definitely not too bad, not too shabby.
We've had a couple now. Mobile has really accelerated when it comes to prize pool.
Mobile's the future, man. I don't care. I don't care what Dr. Disrespect says on Twitter.
Oh no, I've talked to a lot. You're now the other person from a traditional MOBA that's told me, yeah, mobile is the future.
Hey, look, I've been convinced as well, man. I mean, all the Clash casters have got me playing it on my phone, and I'm like, this game is awesome. This is super fun. I've been watching you just go hours and hours into Honor of Kings. I'm looking forward to it, man. That's like, there's so much cool stuff out on mobile these days and you can it's just in your pocket all the time. You can just play it whenever.
Oh, I love it. My big thing, too, is like Honor of Kings, it's the biggest mobile game.
It's the OG, too, when it comes down to it. I mean, we've looked at Arena of Valor for years and thought, okay, this is a pretty cool game. But Honor of Kings was the original one that come off of Tencent and really build up this big audience that loves this game, that loves these characters.
And, there might be that thing, too, where we do see it go international at some point.
I would love that.
The players here from the West, they were able to play on an English version of the game.
Mostly English. I think Pangu still had it, or was it Wukong that still had?
I think Pangu still had his less passive in Chinese.
I mean, he's a complicated character, let's be honest. They're going to leave that for the end.
Yeah, you know, they're like, maybe some people will play this. Maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe that's their idea there.
I like that because, you know, we were able to fact check our translations and we were like 99% right. I'm like, yes.
We're like, yes, we did good.
We did the good things.
Good. I also was like, wait, we didn't have to do this. Someone could have just gave it to us.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
that was a thing. But what are you going to do? I mean, it's been a fantastic tournament, though, so far here. Being at the WCG, it's been a great honor to be a part of this storied event. And you can just hear the energy off all of the crowds. So many events going on at once. We can see Dota happening in front of us, over to each of our sides, all of the other mobile titles going down. And right in the middle of it all, Honor of Kings, man. It's been a fantastic time.
Yeah, plenty of action here at the arenas here in the middle of Xi'an. Beautiful complex, too. We have that giant tower just outside as well.
And it's a great day out. I mean, you talked about the storm clouds swirling, but it's definitely not happening outside.
On our final day, Pyro. That's when it gets sunny.
Yeah, of course. Oh, we've gone through all the strains of weather. You know, we had the rainy day one that kind of kept up for, and then a little bit of mist the next day, and now it's like finally sun's out.
Yeah, sun's out. Everyone's ready. Players are good to go. I'm not too sure whether or not we'll be going to a break.
I believe we are going to a break. We haven't had word just yet, so you guys are still stuck with us for a little while longer.
Not too sure. We might be just jumping straight into third place match. Who knows?
Maybe we are. Yeah, maybe that happens.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I didn't thought about that. Maybe they just you know what? Players are ready. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll see here though. Though I do believe, because I just believe I see the Chinese casters heading to a break, so we'll probably be going to a break here quite shortly.
Soon TM.
Yeah, soon TM. You're used to that, though.
I am very used to Soon TM.
That's like the trademark.
100% used to Soon TM all the time.
Of your old casting days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so I assume we will be going to a break here quite shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's always awesome to be here at WCG.
Yep.
Again, like you mentioned, historic event as well, so yeah.
Yeah, where it is always beyond the game, as we know, as we've heard a couple of times today and other places. So looking forward to seeing what comes up next. Of course, that third place match will be an absolute banger, I think, with the redemption story coming through.
It should be. Yeah, the next thing we have coming up is our third place match, like you mentioned. It's, of course, going to be AGY taking on here side of KSSC, which, you know, KSSC, they look like they're going to be a heavily favored.
But we said that. Well, maybe not heavily against the likes of VSTAR. We did say favored. I think AGY have some tricks up their sleeve, and they did just survive a 31-minute game up against the likes of D-Team, which is not an easy feat to accomplish.
Yeah, because a D-Team, they were considered the favorite overall.
I mean, they're the A-Team here.
They're the, name's D-Team. They are the A-Team in some regards.
I do love wordplay when it comes to Chinese squads.
Yeah.
It's always great. I know no one else enjoys it when I do wordplay, but that's what makes it more fun for me, Opal.
No, it should be plenty of fun here.
Looking forward to how it goes down.
Yeah,
we're still waiting on the break.
I don't know if we're going to a break or not, ladies and gentlemen. So.
You know what? We could always start doing math again. That'll make them send us to a break.
Not the math.
Yeah, I don't want to do the math either. I only threatened it because I was thinking we're going to a break, but I don't know if we are now.
I don't know. I'm getting hand signals and I don't know what they mean. So
yeah, I've got no idea. I've got no idea. Wait, what if I try this? And we're going to a break. We'll be right back with a third place match. See you soon.
Oh!